Last time on Dice Funk.
The bastards landed on the planet Hypatia, which is a nature preserve for megafauna.
What they're poaching is always important.
Is what they're poaching bigger than us? And if so, how are they prepared?
I want to cast blindness/deafness on one of the Tarrasques.
Mm-hmm.
Being the tell people what to do in that outside of the heat of battle situation hasn't come naturally to me. I probably do need to remember that that's a thing that I can do and that might help. I agree with you of the need to try and get him along. I'll work something out.
And you get shot in the neck.
I could use my conduit friendship, which gives me immunity to disease and poisons, to give it to Sasha instead until a long rest.
And you soon find yourself enclosed in a unbreakable fuzzy phalanx of huge hamster bodies. These, once again, the size of elephants all around you.
So maybe these are the park rangers thinking we're the poachers?
The kind of merfolk is needs some explanation though. So if we
Looks like a lionfish.
this is a Legrand Dalmatian.
I just want to say that while we were talking about my conduit of conspiracy, whatever, that I joked about having a fucking mecha.
But all I want to do with season 5 of Dice Fight now is work out how to make it so that Liamoira ends this season with a badass mech now. I don't know how or why, but that line has been drawn. I got a question for all these people that are horny for ghost sex manga. Can ghosts nut? I don't know. Can they nut?
Nut.
Ectoplasm.
Woo.
I got paid once by like some random person on the internet was like, I'll pay you to watch and review an anime. And I asked no questions and took the money, and then I started watching it. I believe it was called School Days. It's a thing.
Nice boat.
Yeah.
Nice boat.
Yeah. Yeah, that boat, huh? That boat. Yeah, no, everything was fine for like 80% of that show, and then, oh God, no, what? No.
My friends keep trying to make me do that with Doki Doki Literature Club. I don't know what it is. I'm not aware. They keep telling me I have to experience it at some
Chris,
point.
the show you are on at this very moment, the
Has a
intro
song.
The intro and outro theme song are from Doki Doki Literature Club. You boob.
How is it my fault? How am I supposed to know?
Clearly he doesn't listen to our credits, Austin.
How would I know? I haven't experienced the show it's from.
I went on the TV once to talk about Doki Doki Literature Club. That was a weird thing. There's a picture of me on the BBC with just like pink anime girl pictures behind me on a huge screen.
God, that's my dream.
All right, it's time for Dungeons and or Dragons.
But never both at the same time.
I choose and.
I want dragons, a dungeon full of them.
Anyway, there is a lionfish merfolk sitting on the head of a Gundam in this river. Wow, I just heard myself say that. What a cool season.
I do actually want to ask what the person's name is, though.
The name's Kaiser, conduit of equality. How are y'all?
I'll introduce myself, Dr. Olivia Adler, conduit of prevention, and give him like a hey yo.
Yeah, he puts down his rifle and kind of jumps off the mech onto the banks of the river and shakes your hand. That's Kaiser, Keyser. A little bit of a spelling aberration there. But that is his name.
My name is Sasha Grier. I'm the conduit of conspiracy, and you shot me in the neck, sir.
Sorry about that. I have some medicine in the Dalmatian. Do you want some?
I'm good now, but can I just have some just for later? Just in case.
Well, it is kind of for an emergency. We'll talk about it.
You don't have little pre-sealed packages like Neosporin?
He gives you a tube of Neosporin.
I'm keeping that.
All right. You also notice Kaiser is wearing a jaunty scarf.
Oh, I love it.
Hello, Captain Liamoira Melbeck, conduit of spirit. We are here to help in any way we can with the poaching issue. We had a little bit of trouble getting here. We had not necessarily prepared for Tarasks, but we're here now. How can we help?
Oh, I didn't catch your name. Big guy? Who are you? What's up?
Hi.
Well, nice to meet you. Hi. Interesting. Never. Are you the conduit of High? Is that a?
I'm the conduit of high.
That's Dregg. That's Dregg. Dregg.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Hi, conduit of Dregg.
No, Dregg is our resident big beefy boy for when we need a big beefy boy.
Nice shield, beefcake. All right, nice talking to you. So what can I do for you? A lot of rough types in Hypatia these days. You sure you want to be hanging around?
I'm rough too. I'm gonna flex.
I think the better question is, how can we help you? We're here to help with the poaching issues.
We take poaching very seriously, of course. The sighting was, I don't know, almost a week ago. At this time, we put in the request. Nobody showed up. I haven't seen him since. So, I mean, I don't want to downplay it, but it's maybe not as bad as you heard. So,
What were they poaching?
poaching's such a strong word. People were sighted and they had some equipment. To my knowledge, there's no serious injuries. It's not been a grisly massacre scene. I'm sure that the tabloids are playing it up. We have a hard enough time getting funding for all the food and the repairs and stuff. And, people are always like, Trask's on the loose. Such a nightmare. It's fine. Everything's great here.
I think I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth.
Uh-huh.
There's something suspicious about this guy.
What?
Do we, remind me with the spell, do we know if they try to resist with a saving throw?
Yes.
Okay.
That is a charisma saving throw.
All right, so you just, without saying anything, you just pull out your sitar and you start strumming at him.
I'm also gonna clack my talons on like a rock or something, so it's like it's like an ASMR jam.
You have a little percussion in there. Yeah.
It's very gentle.
All right, so you tried to Zone of Truth this guy, and he was not expecting it. You did not give him a preamble, and he is frankly offended that you just start casting spells on people without asking. And so he does try to resist this. I'm going to roll now. What's your DC?
14.
7. He fails, and he stumbles back, hitting by the magic, and says, I wasn't expecting this, so I have to, I have to recalibrate my brain sauce.
Never expect Lauren.
Yeah.
Her weapon is surprise.
Yeah. He just says, is that how you guys do things at the Adventurers Guild?
It's how I do things when people shoot me in the neck and then don't seem to want to tell us things. I'm sorry, it's a little crass, but you did shoot me in the neck, and then you're not telling us things.
I could have told you all kinds of things. I still could tell you all kinds of things. There's no call for rudeness.
Just to clarify, has poaching occurred here within the last week?
It depends on your definition of poaching.
There's a yes or no question.
Hold on, let me look up on my phone. He pulls out his phone.
Are
Let me
you
look
the
up
poacher?
the definition of poaching for a second. And you can see he's climbing back onto this mech.
Somebody grab him.
Hold on a second.
Who's got hold person?
Fuck, I almost took it. I didn't.
I do have hold person.
Poaching is defined as the illegal hunting or capturing of wild animals, usually associated with land use rights. So I think poaching has been attempted in the park.
Was it you?
I have not poached any animals.
Did you attempt to poach any animals?
No. What is your...
What animals were attempted to be poached?
I'm out of here. You guys see...
Why won't you let us help you save the animals if that's your job?
You see that the mech begins to rise up out of the river, up to about its waist, and the chest opens up, and some long, thin cords come out of it, like almost like tentacles, and they reach up and grab him and pull him into the cockpit.
Damn, I fucked up.
I'm relying on you people that can do more than just shoot gun.
I mean, I could try to hold person on him, or I guess technically I could use a biotic hand. I guess the chassis of a mech probably isn't. I could just make a mage hand to close before it gets in there.
Just close it.
But I really don't want to. If I do this, we are 100% treating him as we're really giving him the ninth degree.
Okay.
So
can I do a what would it be? Insight to be like, is this dude as weird and sketchy as they seem, or have we completely misread this situation and they are just completely on the level?
That is insight, yes.
Okay, so I've got good insight. Let me.
Ironically, the most necessary check in a kind of show we do, and the least rolled thing we have.
8 with my +3.
You have absolutely no idea. Here's what I'll say: is you guys definitely jumped the gun and alienated him.
I'm sorry.
I rolled a 17 for an insight.
7.
If you had talked to him more, maybe you got more. I think this is a pretty normal reaction to someone trying to use mind-controlling magic to invade your privacy.
Wasn't to detect thoughts. I just thought we could all be honest with each other.
If someone just shot you with, if I had a vial of truth serum and we were talking and I just jammed it in your mouth, I think that's the way he's reacting.
Okay.
Can we? How about this? Can I try a persuasion attempt? I want to argue that we both have made mistakes on this and we're getting off on the wrong foot. You shot one of our people and then we used this zone of truth on you without your consent or forewarning. Why don't we try to at least parlay and try to reach a common ground and try to start this over?
Sure, you can roll persuasion.
I don't have. Well, that's not awful, I guess. I rolled a 22.
So let me paint this picture of this cockpit. So the chest of this Dalmatian is the name of the mech, opens up, and this cockpit is almost like it's very cozy. I'm deliberately drawing on womb imagery here, and it's like you sit in this thing and there's no controller, there's no joysticks, there's no control panel. There are just these thin wires that kind of pull you inside, and when it closes you're trapped in this pod and you kind of control it as if the wires are integrated into your nervous system. You guys are familiar from this. You've probably seen movies where this happens, but the ends of the wires go under your fingernails and hook into you.
We're the invasive ones.
Yeah. I'm just trying to paint a picture of this Cronenberg-ass mech. That's how you drive it. It's basically hooks into your nervous system. So it pulls him off the top. He has the sniper rifle. He throws it into a compartment. It pulls him into this cozy cockpit. But before it closes, Dr. Adler says,
perhaps we can try pushing this or rewinding things here a little bit. I think on both sides of this, we've perhaps gotten off to the wrong foot on things. You shot one of our people without realizing they weren't one of the poachers, and we perhaps were a bit overzealous in thinking that you might have something to hide here. Our best interest right now, first and foremost, is trying to help the creatures of this planet, and if possible, we'd like to try to start this again and see what we can do.
All right, you rolled a 22, so this works.
Huzzah.
Kaiser says, all right, I still don't feel safe around you guys, so I'm going to stay in here, but I guess you can tag along if you want to come check out where the poachers were sighted.
We definitely do want to help. The fact that we went through Tarrasque territory, which is not a thing we commonly do, should suggest that well, at the very least, this is what we want to do. We want to help.
Sorry, I'm bad.
Oh.
We've had a bad day. Literally everything we've tried all day has gone far worse than it normally does, so...
My neck hurts.
I gave you Neosporin.
Oh shit, you right. Let's slap it out on my feathers.
Fear not. Our luck is bound to turn upwards, but we've had a bad day.
You had a bad day.
God damn it.
Yeah,
God damn
I was
it.
trying to think of what the next line was. I was like, I only know one line. It's like, you had a bad day.
Yeah.
Some say there are no other lines.
And you turn it around. You turn it around. That's one of the other lines.
Oh yeah.
So the mech kind of lowers back into the river a little bit, maybe up to the chest area. And as the cockpit kind of closes, Kaiser says, all right, you can just hop on and I'll just take you down to the lake. Keep your arms and spells inside the vehicle at all times. On top of the vehicle, I'm not letting you in. But
I want to sit on the head.
I think riding on top of a mech might even be cooler than riding in a mech. So
okay. What do you guys do?
I'm sitting on that noggin.
I want to sit near the chassis. Is it possible to still talk to him through the chassis?
I'm just fascinated by the way you say chassis. Can I get it one more time?
Chassis. I read it. I've only read it before. I don't think I've ever said the word aloud.
It's delicious. You would have heard it more if you played more Gran Turismo.
Oh.
No. Racing games are stupid.
Okay, well.
And you're stupid for playing them.
Oh, well, I tricked him, everybody. He admitted his bad opinion for everyone to hear. Okay, so Sasha's on top of the head. I guess, Dr. Adler, you can get closer down onto like an angled part of like the top of the chest section. So you can just yell into the cockpit and he can yell back. Liamoira and Dregg, any preferences?
Probably gonna have to cling to the back of this thing.
All right, so you're giving him piggyback. Love it.
I want to be like as front and center as possible on this thing.
All right, so you basically are going to stand a little bit behind Dr. Adler, who's kind of sliding down so she can yell into the cockpit, and you're like front and center above, like on the front of the neck, basically.
Yeah, I like the idea of front of the neck.
All right, and so you guys all are on top of this Dalmatian as it begins trudging down the river towards the lake, where you all have been going this whole time. What do you guys do or talk about?
I want to talk to Kaiser if possible. Just ask him some questions. So like just like call out to him and just say, so what brings you out here from Seoul? And kind of like, I don't know, touch base on like where Kaiser's from.
Yep, I'm from Seoul. I used to live in a city off the coast of Akamoros. Do you know where that is?
Yeah, I was from a place not too far from that.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, long time ago though. I haven't been back to Seoul in quite some time.
Can you control your friend there, cousin?
Me?
Yeah, he's referring to Sasha.
Can you control your dart gun?
It's put away.
Okay, well, I'm not going to spell you again. I thought we had just discussed this already.
You gotta keep a close eye on these birds. You know how it is.
What?
Us merfolk have to stick together.
What? Racist?
You and your troublesome beaks.
You're just mad you can't crack open nuts and snails.
That's true. It is a hidden weakness of mine. What do lionfish eat? Hold on. Yeah, Laura, you talk. I'm going to Google. What do lionfish eat?
So while that conversation's going on, Captain Melbeck is going to go and chat to Dregg and just go, hey, so I know that you're not one much really for outside of mission things. I'm going to make a bit of an executive decision here. We, as a group, we need to do a certain amount of bonding. I'm going to expect you next time we have one of our debriefs post mission to join us.
You're just mad you can't crack.
But I expect you to, at the very least, sort of be around. I think it'd be useful for you to hear sort of where the team is at, just for understanding the team dynamic. I think it'd be beneficial. Look, I know.
And he essentially nods.
Look, I think it'd be good for team camaraderie if we got at least onto a little bit more understanding of each other. I don't know what you're planning after this mission, but if you want to suggest an activity that you would enjoy doing, I think it'd be beneficial for us to all have some bonding time on terms that you would enjoy. I just think that's the thing to float out there. I will leave that in your hands if you have any suggestions, but...
Do you want to polish shield?
I'm certainly up for a group shield polishing session if that's the thing that you would benefit from some help with.
Is that what y'all call it?
Don't need help. I'm going to polish shield.
In that case, I'll give you a hand.
Okay.
Thank you. It's been beneficial. This has been good.
If you say so.
I'm trying. I'm trying my best. I'm not giving up on Dregg.
All right.
Okay.
So what do you guys do?
I'm riding this badass mech.
Yeah, I'm riding on that noggin. Like a little, what are those? Like a figurehead on a ship.
So Sasha's doing her best Titanic impression.
Yes, thank you.
On the top of this mech head. Kaiser yells up to you, Dr. Adler, and says, "You're from Earth. You ever listen to the shows?"
Which shows are you referring to?
He turns up the radio, and you hear the Invicta broadcast. It's the voice that you guys heard before talking about y'all's hear about this this supposed peace agreement between the Solitaire and the Illithids. It's absolutely disgusting. You know, the only thing worse than aliens is weakness. And that's the Solitaire got that in spades. If we took over, we wouldn't cut deals with these fools. We'd eliminate them entirely. And he's just going off on a rant like that.
Are you just continuing to hit home that this park ranger is just a big old racist?
I mean, he's from Earth, and you're from Earth, and so he's trying to relate to you.
Well, yeah, but so far what he's done is like the basically the Earth nationalist radio, and also I don't like birds.
I mean, I don't know if that was 100% in character. That was kind of me razzing Lauren, but
Yeah, he's still mad that I got lionfish so fast, I guess.
yeah, no. Yeah, we'll roll that in. Let's say he's a little bit mistrustful of you and your beak, but
I'm mistrustful of his darts.
I'll say that I've heard it before. It's kind of hard not to hear some of their stuff. It's rather ubiquitous, but I prefer more underground news broadcasts.
stuff he wouldn't have heard of.
Yeah, no, you've never heard of these shows before.
I like to think Dr. Adler gets all of her news like pressed on vinyl and like independently mailed out.
Yes, 100%.
So you guys are riding this mech as it trudges down the river towards the lake. And you guys reach the end, and you can see up ahead with this large lake. It's maybe bigger than you were expecting. You can't see the other end of it just looking at it, and it's quite misty. You can't really see too far out onto it, but this is where the river empties. And there is a diverse like set of plants all around this area. It's a pretty vibrant biome that you've entered now. And you guys, the mech stops as it reaches kind of the edge of the lake because its feet will not touch the ground once it steps in there. And Kaiser like yells up and he says, "Y'all want to get out and like look around before we wade out, or?"
Yeah. I guess it'd be survival to look for tracks and shit of poachers.
Yep.
I got a 17.
I'm gonna do one of them rolls as well. 16.
Yeah, I mean, you guys crushed it, so you kind of jump off the mech and like onto the riverbank and start walking around the lake. And it is huge around. It would take you like an hour to walk around the whole thing, so you don't go that far. But you walk until you find some tracks, and you find that there are a good number of tracks. In addition, that seems to be I would say like vehicles as well. So you know this is where the poachers were. Like they were sighted here, obviously, but now you have proof. Like yeah, they were definitely here. The footprints with a 16 and a 17 are of a couple different species. So there's appears to be big and small humanoid footprints. They were all wearing shoes, so you can't tell the species, but they're definitely not the same. It's a diverse group. So
So I can't tell if any of them are aberrations from these shoe prints.
No, you do not think so.
Okay.
Most aberrations are things that have like tentacles, except for the Solitaire, and they leave like weird scrapes where the graphene scratches and stuff. These seem to be people wearing shoes.
Most of them aren't wearing like a standard size 9 shoe.
There's 9s and there's 6s and there's 12s. It's
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to take that little one with a 6.
Wait, you're gonna take the footprint?
No, I'm saying when we meet him, I'm going to take it because it's clearly the smallest one.
I think that's the one I'm gonna fight because it's small.
Gotcha.
Zayaz, can you tell us anything about the group of poachers, either the group themselves or what they're after?
I have no idea. I just walk around and make sure none of the animals are hurt and make sure they all got food and stuff. Like, it wasn't even me who spotted them. It was just another ranger who just making our rounds. And, I mean, you guys are the ones who's supposed to investigate this, I assume.
Well, indeed. I was just asking if you had any starting info, I suppose. Yes. Is there any way of knowing if any of the animal populations have been affected at all? Do you have any sort of tracking metrics for how are the populations going down in a certain area, or if animals are trying to leave their standard areas? Are there any ways that you can highlight if a certain section of the animals just aren't responding how they're supposed to?
We're just trying to simulate their natural environment as close as we can, so we don't often introduce anything artificial like tags and tracking and so forth. We do make our rounds to check on the population, and like I said, there hasn't been any casualties. Like, you had me under the zone of truth when you asked. No one's been hurt or killed. There was a sighting, so you're not gonna notice a huge drop in the population or anything because no one's even poached anything.
But would they notice if some were missing specifically? It doesn't have to be a lot, but even a few.
It's hard to say. Probably not a couple. There is definitely a line between a couple and a lot where they would be noticed.
Is there anything else on the planet besides the animals that people may be coming to try and steal, like maybe natural resources or minerals?
No, good question. This planet was specifically chosen because it's useless. It was a barren rock. It's not a particularly dense planet. That's why the gravity is more or less normal to us, even though the planet has a very large surface area. It's pretty much all just junk rock in there, so it's not like there's oil or diamonds or anything.
Are there any creatures around this area that... Actually, first of all, what creatures are around this area in general? And B, are there any creatures on this planet that you would say are particularly high value, low volume? Like, are there any particular creatures on this planet that you go, oh, if you were a poacher, you could take a handful of these things and you'd be rich?
To answer your two questions, what animals are in this biome? This is the lake, so it's mostly fishes. Anything terrestrial, you're going to want the island in the middle of the lake, obviously. I can take you out there if you want. I felt like that's probably where we were going. As far as the most valuable animals, if it's not the Trask, it's probably the dragons on the other side. They're very, very few in number. Very, 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 very. We're going to be here for a while. Very, 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 very powerful and valuable, but...
What if someone came to get their eggs?
I mean, they would be in the wrong hemisphere of this planet.
Okay. I suppose the main thing to do is head over to that island, see if we can pick up the tracks over there. Seems like a wise move.
All right, getting back on the mecha.
Mm-hmm.
All aboard.
Choo choo.
I want to ask something to Kaiser at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say, so what's an earther like yourself doing caring for animals way out here?
I mean, it was either this or do some kind of make work stuff back on Earth. I staple things all day. I mean...
What about unstapling them?
Who would do that? It's drudgery.
I feel that.
There's nothing to achieve on Earth. There's no more like success. They don't incentivize or reward winners. It's just everybody's just doing their thing. Everyone's taking handouts.
You seem bitter.
What makes you say that?
Well, it's just the words and the attitude you're using.
it's just your face and your whole demeanor and just kind of the person you are.
It's the things you say and the things you do.
Uh-huh. I mean, why are you all out here? If Earth's so great, why aren't you over there just collecting checks and, I don't know, whatever people do back on there?
I want to meet new cryptids.
I just like making friends, and there's a limited number on Earth, and there's a larger number out in the galaxy.
Working in a clinic on Earth eventually became something I wanted to grow from and try new ambitions in space. I felt like I could help out a lot here.
The man has point. There is little there.
Exactly. Hi knows what I'm talking about. Back on Earth, with a doctor, you make as much as someone who collects garbage. Out here, you can charge whatever you can get away with. The more bad the injury, the more you can charge. It's like actually incentivizes you to become knowledgeable and skilled.
So you're saying that people who have to deal with everybody else's garbage shouldn't get paid well?
I'm just saying, what's the point of trying if everybody who doesn't, if people who don't try get the same reward?
Because sometimes doing a good job is its own reward.
Yeah.
Can I attempt a knowledge check on something? I want to try to know, do mechs like have some sort of like serialization that locks them to particular people or anything like that?
He's gonna steal it.
Arcana.
Okay. 17.
Yeah, yes, they are DNA locked.
Okay.
It is incredibly difficult to hijack one for a number of reasons, one of which is I don't want you guys to have a mech in episode 6.
That actually is not what I was looking to use this information for, but this does help.
Yeah. Like if you try to hook up, if you try to jump in the cockpit of this and it's not the person it's assigned to, it won't work. It won't integrate with your nervous system. And some, I mean, I assume like military mechs would be just wired to fry your body, like your brain, and your spine would explode or whatever. So yes.
Gotcha.
But you guys are all talking some shit about his beliefs and stuff, and he just turns up the radio. And
Is he listening to Jordan Peterson? Sorry.
No, but it's the guy who's ranting and stuff and says, next up, we're going to have a special guest, our fearless leader, Cassius. Are you guys all excited?
No.
And so he's like trying to hand it over to, he's going to, the leader of Invicta is going to be on this radio show.
I'm going to throw my iPod on, my space pod.
Space pod. So the mecha like wades into the lake, and it can't walk on the bottom, so it has some kind of aquatic jets or something. And what would let it fly through the air when it's not submerged is firing, and it's kind of floating along. And you guys begin sailing essentially across this lake. It is misty; it's hard to see in front of you.
I'm gonna flap my wings and clear the mist.
Nice.
Good job, Pidgeotto.
Fuck, roasted.
Do you want to make a check of some sort to try to do that?
I'm gonna do acrobatics because I have a +4 to that.
Mm-hmm. So you're breakdancing on top of the mech.
Oh, for sure. I got a 7.
All right, that's not very good. I'm sorry. You try to blast away the mist, and you mostly just bust some sweet moves.
Well, at least I looked really cool doing it.
Okay, so I can get rid of fog up to 30 feet, but I'd have to cast a spell to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it's necessary for us to do that yet, unless we're specifically trying to spot something right now.
Am I mildly concerned that we are on a planet dedicated to megafauna in a lake right now and can't, have no visibility? Sure, I'm a little concerned about that.
Yeah, it's a little...
The easy solution to that is to ask, is there anything in this mist itself we should be worried about here?
If you'll turn your attention to the roll 20.
No, I knew it.
As you say that, Kaiser yells up, I mean, the only thing we have to really worry about is... And then you see...
Kraken?
Yes, the fucking top hat!
Okay, I'm gonna describe this thing. I'm pretty sure it's from Super Mario Odyssey, and it's basically the Loch Ness Monster with a dopey smile, in blue, wearing a top hat and ski goggles.
I mean, the thing in the mist does not have the top hat and ski goggles.
Come on, you coward!
He 100% does in my head canon. You can't change it, Austin. You picked the picture.
I did pick the picture because it was a cool picture of a Loch Ness Monster,
It's just
which is what...
dopey, happy blue Loch Ness Monster.
He's wearing a hat, you fucking coward.
Oh my lord. Also, the character from Mario is called Dory, in case you're curious.
I was curious.
Like the fish from Finding Nemo.
Yeah. Okay, so from the mist, you see, and I've ruined the entire build up to this incredible reveal. You see emerging from the mist a long, slender neck, which reaches up into a toothy maw that looks down on you, and its body breaks through into your vision, and you see it as a huge plesiosaur, essentially. And rivulets of water run down, almost like rain over you guys as it cranes down its neck to look at you. And you all are looking up at the Loch Ness Monster.
I really want to roll animal handling to make it love me. I want to pet that snout. I'm going to get myself eaten. 18! Is anybody there? Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, we can hear you. We're all just do not know how to
We're
react
just
to this.
processing this for a second.
I'm just gonna gently smooch it on the snout.
All right, you smooch the Loch Ness monster. End of episode.
Oh shit! I just found a cryptid.
Yeah, dog.
I was just excited about its snout and the goggles.
Yeah, the top hat.
It took Lauren 5 minutes to realize it.
I'm sorry.
This is your moment. We're not taking this from you. What are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna smooch it. Come on. I'm definitely gonna take some pics.
Yeah, I mean, you rolled an 18, so the Loch Ness monster, which, I mean, it's a plesiosaur. If you'll open your monster manual to dinosaur in the D section, you'll find the plesiosaurs among them. I'm not going out on too wacky a branch. They are in D&D. And this creature cranes down and looks at you. It does have rows of sharp teeth. It is I guess a pescatarian. That's the word for things that eat fish.
Yeah.
But it does have sharp teeth and looks down on you, and you smooch its little snout. You just smooch that snoot up good, and it kind of pulls back a little bit, unsure of what that was supposed to represent, but it didn't hurt. And then it kind of cranes back down and bumps you with its snout, as if to say, like, also you.
Oh
my god.
I'm gonna climb on its noggin.
All right. Okay, Sasha abandons the mech for the Loch Ness monster.
Like you would.
Yeah.
Come on.
Screw you losers, I'm out of here.
Come on, Nessie, we out.
Oh my lord.
I like that this adventure so far has just been, hey, big monster, can we have a touching moment, please?
Can we pet you?
Yeah, and I gotta say, the rolls are coming when you need them, right?
Yeah, like, I'm fine with getting darted in the neck as long as I can smooch the Loch Ness monster.
Yeah, if you had botched, it would have been very tragic for you to try to smooch it and for it to bite your lips off.
I don't have lips.
Beak.
Okay, you got me there. So we're friends now, so I'm gonna do the rest of this mission on top of the Loch Ness monster. Let's go. Bye. We're riding.
All right, so I guess we're gonna keep calling it the Loch Ness monster. It is a plesiosaur.
She's Nessie.
Okay. Everyone else staying on the mech?
Yeah, well, I'm going to ask Kaiser. I'm going to say, so this is the one thing in the lake you're referring to?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Does it always have a top hat?
I think it's an optical illusion in the mist. It looks like a top hat. Who could say? It's open to interpretation, really, if you think about it.
I'm on its head. It's definitely wearing a top hat.
Nice.
I'm gonna, Dregg's actually gonna move over with Sasha because not sure about this.
Okay.
For my sake or for your own?
Yours.
Aw, thanks.
So eventually, one of you, or two of you riding the mech and two of you riding the plesiosaur, you guys reach an island in the center of the lake. It is enormous, as this whole lake is. You can't see the end of it. If you look to your left, look to your right. It's that big. It's like the Castaway Island. Tom Hanks's Castaway is what I call it. So you guys have arrived. If you want to look for poachers,
Can we look for tracks? I just want to note that if at any point we need to gain visibility, I can clear fog from the area for us with the spell, but it only covers a 30-foot radius.
Yeah, we should probably save that until a specific need arises, I suppose. But yeah, are there any tracks that we can use as a starting point?
Alright, well first I'm gonna get off of Nessie, smooch her on the snout and be like, okay, get back in the water, stay safe so you don't get poached.
the plesiosaur kind of slips back into the mist.
There's only one of you gotta stay safe.
Yeah, I got a lot of pictures though. The forums will love it. I rolled a 15 for survival.
I rolled a 15 on survival as well.
I rolled a 19 on survival.
11, it's not that bad.
Also, just as a thing to point out to Sasha, you know that you took a bunch of pictures, but it was a misty day, and you know that all the people on the forums are going to say, "Oh, that mist is just because you're faking it and you're trying to disguise it."
God damn it!
All right, so the team passes the flying colors, and you guys begin to walk around the island, poking around for footsteps and so forth. And once again, you guys do find a diverse set of humanoid footprints, as well as what appears to be some kind of vehicle tracks. So this seems like whatever poachers you're looking for were here.
Is Kaiser still following us with the mech?
Yeah, he walks the mech up onto the beach, and the cockpit kind of hisses and opens up, and he actually kind of climbs out, but he's still like tethered by the wires, and he's slowly lowered to the ground by them, and then they pull out of his like fingernails and retract back up into the cockpit.
Show off.
That's literally how it was designed.
I'm just teasing. We're friends now, right? We can rib. Ha 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 ha.
He just glares at your beak.
Why are you racist against beaks?
They know what they did.
Fish have beaks sometimes too.
I mean, hold on. Let me Google something real quick. Do lionfish have beaks?
Not lionfish, other fish.
Lion. Hold on. We don't know, though.
I know they don't.
I'm not seeing any evidence of beaks.
Yeah, if you Google fish with beak, it's the parrotfish.
Uh-huh.
They have a beak. And also squids.
You ever look at a picture of a lionfish? They're kind of gormless.
Where are their gorms?
They're completely without gorms. All right. So you guys find tracks and evidence that poachers were here. What do you do about that?
Well, let's ask Kaiser. What kind of creatures live on this island?
The island's more about maintaining the habitat for like things that like lay eggs under islands or on those sides of islands, like barnacles and so forth. That's a kind of whole thing. It's not so much like the ground itself. There's not like island biome.
Yeah, so like there's not necessarily creatures that live on it.
Yeah, it's more about what it does for the lake.
No, but there is some base hidden underneath it. This is the one uninhabited place on this side.
Something going on.
Yeah.
How wide is this island?
It's wide enough that you can't see the end while standing on the other end. So
okay,
it's significant.
So if we get to a certain area, I can use my detect motion ability, and I can detect anything that's moving within 100-foot radius.
Yeah.
So I want to try to do that to try to cover as much distance of the island as I can. See if I can't pinpoint where people might be or any movement might be.
So you cast the spell Detect Motion?
It's not a spell. This is what my my domain is as a cleric. It's the biotic domain. It basically detects movement. So I'm using my biotic implant to detect movement within 100-foot radius.
Damn, that's really cool. So Dr. Adler uses her cleric specialty to detect motion, which is helpful in medical stuff when you're like looking for, stuff in a body, presumably like, I don't know, bullet fragments or something. How do you use it in your medicine?
Well, anything you can tell if there's abnormalities with the way certain organs should be working, you'd be able to kind of pinpoint that based on if they're, not properly kind of operating. You'd be able to kind of detect some of that from motion. And also
heart palpitations,
issues with maybe blood flow as well. Cause she can, if she's doing it on a single person, she can get very acute with what kind of movement she detects. But when she does it in this larger sense, she's just kind of detecting people in a grand scale.
Clogged arteries.
Mm-hmm.
So while Dr. Adler, you look around for detect motion, what does everyone else do? We'll get back to Dr. Adler in a sec.
It's very quiet here.
Captain Melbeck's gonna turn to Sasha and go, I appreciate the hustle. I'm still curious. Cryptids are all so varied and different. Was that what you were hoping for with the cryptid encounter?
Well, it depends on the cryptid. Some cryptids maybe, like Mothman, they'll be my boyfriend. Some cryptids are just like cool animals to hang out with, like Nessie back there. So I got some cuddles, I got some selfies. We are lifelong friends now, so it depends on the cryptid. Sometimes I just want to squish a round guy, like that bird I was looking for. It's a case-by-case basis.
Is this one of these things where you're going to tell other people that you found Nessie here and hype that up, or is this just you're like, no, I found Nessie and this is just for me sort of thing?
I'm gonna tell people I found Nessie, but I don't think I'm gonna tell them where, because I don't want them to bother her.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a plesiosaur. It's not a secret that it exists.
She's a secret to me.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure it's not widely known because they don't want people coming here and messing with it. But yeah, it's not the only one. It's a species of animal.
Stealing her hat, her beautiful top hat.
Okay.
Honestly, it's not that different from what I'm trying to do across space. My whole thing is, make friends with all of the weird aliens across space. So
Yeah, you're horned.
it's I can appreciate just new thing, make friend, have good time, give hug. I can appreciate that.
Yeah, it's similar. Two sides of the same coin. Just one of those coins is really horny.
Hey, everyone overestimates my horny level. There's there's an entire corkboard of people that I am just non-sexual good friends with in my room. It's not all about the haunt.
All about the horned, my memoir. What's happening, Austin? What are you up to?
It is Torterra.
It's the island of Turtle.
Is that the turtle island from Avatar?
So as the captain and Sasha talk about being a haunt and cryptids, Dr. Adler has been searching the island for motion using her cleric ability, her biotics, and so forth. And besides a few insects she noticed flitting about in the air, you don't see any motion that you're expecting, any animals or so forth. However, eventually you do look down, and you discover a lot of motion.
Whoa.
In fact, the entire island is moving.
Ba, 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 ba.
So, is the island that we're on, Kaiser, a living creature?
Yeah, I heard it was a dragon turtle. Do you know what that is?
No, but it sounds fucking fantastic.
I mean, it's distantly related to a dragon. It doesn't look like one really, but it's a turtle of gargantuan size. They routinely eat ships back on Earth, or in the old days, wooden ships. Not so much these days. They're too dangerous to just leave in the oceans. Why they've been relocated to places like Hypatia. But this entire island is a turtle, a dragon turtle.
Okay.
And that's the grand majority of the motion I detected.
Basically all of it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like a couple of like dragonflies or something, but no, the whole island is just slowly gliding through the lake because it's a turtle.
Okay.
Possibly an out there question. Any chance the turtle is like aware enough of what's going on its back to maybe help us out here?
I mean, we're like mites on it. Do any of you speak Draconic?
No, unfortunately not.
I don't believe so. No, I speak deep speech.
I speak common, bird, and other bird.
What?
She speaks Aarakocra and Orin, which is the Aarakocra is her species. Orin is the language of the wind.
Gotcha. I heard other bird, and I was like, wait, they have two different bird languages?
No, it's technically the wind. I was just being silly.
So, I'm going to take that a no on Draconic.
I don't have Draconic.
No.
Unless it speaks Primordial.
Primordial is a category. Orin is a primordial language. There's a language of the earth, wind, fire, and water. So
Then I just have Primordial on my sheet, so I'm going to assume that I speak the language of the water then. Whatever that is. Water Spanish.
you can't speak water Spanish. I assume both, actually, you, Barley, both you and Kaiser speak.
Water.
I think it's called Aquan is the water language.
Does Dragon Turtle speak Aquan by chance?
Maybe. Kaiser says, you want to go try?
Yeah, I'll go try.
Uh-huh.
Hello, turtle.
Kaiser just shakes his head. He goes, he has ears. We have to go walk down to the head part.
Okay.
Dork. You absolute fucking boob. So Kaiser and Dr. Adler go off towards the head of the turtle. Do you guys follow?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
In my mind, I can't not think of Olivia learning Aquan as what I was when I was choosing whether or not to learn Latin in high school, where I was like, I mean, is this ever going to come up? But I mean, it's such an easy class.
Yeah, I mean, you're a merfolk, so presumably some people spoke it in the ocean. So you guys kind of walk across the island. You cross some streams, crash through a glade, and you emerge onto another beach. Not the one you landed on, but the one which is the front end of this turtle. And you make your way down to the shore, which is the end of the shell. And you can see under the water, there's a giant turtle head down there.
Hello, turtle.
Do you say that in Aquan?
Yes.
How does that sound? Give me a little taste. I knew it was gonna happen, and it still got me. All right, so why don't you roll persuasion? Because you are a tiny little guy on the back of this thing, and maybe he doesn't want to talk to you.
Whoa.
19. Talk to me. My turtle friend.
Yeah, the turtle's head slowly rises up out of the water, sending a crash of water down as its head breaches, and all the water comes off the top of its head and splatters all over the beach. And it turns and looks at you, Dr. Adler, and it says, absolutely useless audio. The turtle says, "What?"
Hello there, turtle. My name is Dr. Olivia Adler, and I am here with my crew to help combat some poachers, which we've had reports are in the area. Have you encountered any strange creatures outside of us that have been in your territory recently?
Metal demons.
Are they still around here?
Yes.
Where are they?
Everyone make perception checks.
Oh God, that never ends well.
Mm-mm.
I'm glad I'm not the captain, because if I was, I'd be trying to make this giant turtle part of my crew.
Yeah, I think he'd have to be tied to the bottom of the snallygaster.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can breathe in the vacuum of space. I don't get me wrong. The thought was crossing my mind, how is there a way to make this work? But
20.
Christ almighty.
I'm good today.
1.
Really? Like this? Like this? This is how you gonna do me?
a 4 for me.
11.
All right, so the party fails, but we have a crit and a botch. So here's what happens. Dr. Adler, you notice with your crit that Kaiser is trying to slip away.
I fucking knew it! I knew it! His goddamn name was Kaiser, and I can't see Kaiser and not think so.
See? Y'all fucking... Oh, why'd you cast spell so fast? I fucking knew.
Right?
Dregg, you botched, so as he kind of walks by you, you have a chance to grab him before he gets away, and you fail. You reach out and you grab his scarf and you yank it off as he twists out of your grasp, and you see that the scarf was covering a tattoo. It is a tattoo that you all are probably familiar with. It is a skull, specifically the skull of an illithid. It's a humanoid skull, but it has like 4 spaces around the jaw for tentacles come out. It is a person who has undergone ceremorphosis, the process with when a tadpole eats the brain and changes the person into an illithid. That's what the skull looks like after. And there is a knife coming down through the skull, plunged through the top, out the bottom. That is what the tattoo is of.
Dregg, keep that scarf for me. It's mine now.
So, if I have a crit, could I use that opportunity to try to cast Hold Person on Kaiser?
Good question. I'm going to say that you have a chance to cast Hold Person as he reaches the edge of the shore where his mech is meeting him, and the cockpit opens and the wires come out, and you have a second to cast a spell on him.
I assume if I cast Hold Person, though, the cords will just pull him inside.
Yes, that is true.
So instead, all right, okay. So I rolled really well in my Arcana before for how mechs work.
Mm-hmm.
How does one command the actual mech part?
The mech hooks into your nervous system through the wires, which go under the fingernails, and then it's controlled basically by your mind. It is almost like a VR experience. The most direct comparison I can make is to G Gundam, the series where the people kind of just act out the things and the Gundams do it, but you just do it from a sitting position in your mind. So anyone can pilot. If you're the person who's been assigned to it, you don't actually need to go through. I mean, obviously you'll get better the more you practice, but it's not a thing where you need to know what all the buttons do.
Okay, so what I will do instead is I will try to cast the spell Command.
Mm-hmm.
So with Command, Kaiser needs to make I forget what the exact spell is, a wisdom saving throw. So wisdom saving throw to beat 14.
Oop, crit.
Fuck. Wait, can't we make rerolls?
You cannot reroll the enemies.
Oh, I can't force them to reroll shit. Oh, wow.
They do not share your team spirit, no.
I can't give them a demoralizing speech.
No, it's not how it works, but it was a good attempt. So the mech, the Dalmatian, pulls Kaiser into the cockpit and it closes. Nobody asked what the tattoo means.
What does tattoo mean?
Oh, I don't feel like you really want to know. I don't sense the enthusiasm. I don't want you to just...
Tell
Austin,
me!
what does it mean? It's a knife through an illithid. I'm guessing that they don't like illithids.
Yes, it is. It's the symbol of Invicta.
Yeah.
Oh, he's one of those jerks.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was playing that radio station.
Oh, courage, protect my baby boy.
And he's a bird racist.
We didn't tell him about my baby, did we? No.
No, actually, you didn't. So you see that this water cannon that is on the mech, which is usually used for fighting forest fires, it could also make a pretty handy weapon. I don't know if you guys have ever seen like a YouTube video of like a water cutter,
Ooh.
Yes.
where water is sprayed at such a high pressure that it can cut through things. Imagine that, but your bodies. Anyway, roll initiative.
Oh, dear.
Oh god, are we a team of humans fighting a Gundam?
Sure are.
I have grenades.
I rolled a 9 for initiative.
21 for initiative.
13.
19.
19.
This is a shame, I actually didn't want to go first in the turn order.
Captain Melbeck, then Kaiser, then Sasha, Dregg, and Dr. Adler.
Okay, well, for my first turn, I can't do the thing I wanted to do because I'm going first. So I'm going to take aim at this Gundam, and I'm just going to try my best to shoot it with a shotgun. I have no idea how effective this will be. It's not a combat thing, it's a firefighting thing, so let's just shotgun blast it and see what it does. 12.
Nope.
Nope. Okay, that's fair. Okay.
Your buckshot bounces harmlessly off the armor, and it is now Kaiser's turn. So the Dalmatian aims its water cannon at Captain Melbeck, who shot it, and it's going to blast you. Dexterity saving throw.
7.
That fails.
I'm gonna take a drink to No, I'm not gonna take a drink to re-roll that. I'm gonna take a hit and see what it does.
It's really good restraint.
10 damage as you are rocked by a jet of water.
Okay, I at least now have a feel for what this thing does. Okay.
Would you say she was rocked like a hurricane?
I would say she was rocked by part of a hurricane, the water part. I don't know about the wind part.
Okay, I now know what this thing can do if it hits me. That's useful information. I'm learning.
And it actually has 2 attacks. The second one.
No.
Are you okay?
No, I hate it.
The second one is actually going to rush forward and try to stomp on Dr. Adler.
Oh, uh-oh.
Yeah. 19.
That is a hit.
Yikes.
Oh, Jesus.
20 damage.
Oh, okay.
Holy shit.
Cool. All right. Fun. Nice.
It blasts with its like the jets on its back, and it drags its foot across the beach as it jets forward, and it just slams its feet at the front of its foot into you. It doesn't even need to do a kick. It's just flying, and it slams into you, and you go flying off into the island, and you slam into like a coconut tree.
Is a foot a spell?
It is absolutely not a spell. You know
Damn.
that.
Damn.
I cast foot.
I counter it. Damn. All right. So I'm just about dead, but cool. All right. We got this.
You guys are fighting a mech.
Is that my turn?
Now that I know what this thing can do, I think I should maybe start whipping out some of them rerolls, huh?
Yeah. All right. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to cast Shatter on the mech. That is a Constitution saving throw, but because he's made out of metal, that is a disadvantaged saving throw.
Oh no. 23 and 28.
Come on! He's so
He has a plus 10.
Oh my god.
He has a plus 10. I want to note this. He has a plus 10 to
He
Constitution.
has a plus 10. It's fine.
We should not be fighting a mech. Everybody run.
He still takes half damage.
He takes half from saving and takes double from him being made out of metal being shattered.
So just normal. So it's 13. Woo!
Yeah, I mean, you do hit him with a concussive blast. It looks like it does damage, and he actually looks, I mean, you can't see Kaiser inside, but he says, like, wasn't expecting you to put up much of a fight.
Suck a dick, dumb shit.
From that one successful hit landing on it, does this look like a winnable fight?
So imagine if a 3-story robot tried to fight 4 humans on foot.
No,
he's absolutely going to kill all 4 of you if you fight him on this beach.
Nessie, get him!
Roll animal handling.
Oh, shit. I was joking, but I'm gonna do it.
You know, we should really be asking for help.
The turtle.
Mm-hmm.
Turtle.
The one
Nessie.
person who could talk to the turtle just got knocked halfway across the island.
I rolled a 7. Nessie's eating some grass. Or fish or something.
Are we going to let that 7 stand?
Okay, I'm gonna re-roll you that 7. So I take a drink and I go, this is a cryptid. Cryptids are your whole deal. Go. Give it another shot.
17.
All right, so this mech jets across the beach, kicks Adler like a football, nearly killing her instantly, and then does a U-turn, digging its heel into the edge of this turtle's shell, and it looks like it's about to turn back around and make another jet to stomp on someone, when a slender neck rises up out of the water.
It's my favorite scary game character, Slender Neck.
And a mouthful of razor-sharp teeth latch onto the back of the mech's leg and drag him down onto one knee.
Ooh.
Can somebody get an opportunity attack?
He's prone.
He's prone.
Mm-hmm. Dregg, it's your turn.
Yes, it is. All right. So yeah, we're gonna go right for the cockpit, the big old fist. See if we can break through. It's not all metal, right?
It's like, so imagine if a tank was in the shape of a person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, most of it's metal.
I guess he doesn't require any sort of window.
No window.
Yeah, no window, huh?
There was like doors.
Graphene tougher than this thing, do you think?
Yeah, you do not think this mech is made out of graphene. It's a Legrand model, which is an Earth corporation.
All right, well then I'll use the shield for a bludgeon attack.
Are you just going to attack for damage, or are you trying to do something specific?
If he's prone, I would cripple a leg. So I'd try to go for one of the legs that was damaged by Nessie.
You're trying to sever the leg that is the only thing holding it to the ground?
Oh, okay. All right. So she's actually holding it down in position. He's not just prone. Oh, all right.
Yeah, Nessie grabbed the back of his leg and...
Well, then I'm going for the cockpit because it doesn't make any sense to not try to bash that open. He's controlling it.
Makes sense to me.
So what, should I just strength check to pull the cockpit open then?
That's what I would do.
All right. Let's do it that way. And... Jesus Christ, 9.
Okay, I'm up to 4 drinks currently. Let's make that 5. Reroll, comrade.
That's 11. That's not great either.
Nope. I'm just going to tell you, DC's 15.
And I can give inspiration.
Yeah?
Okay, screw it, yeah. Let's take drink number 6, which brings me up to disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws, but...
I don't know. I don't think we should do that.
No? You think we're gonna have a tougher fight than a mech? This...
There might be several mechs. We heard metal demons from
Plural.
the turtle.
Yeah.
You might be right, actually. That's fine. Okay, I'll stay on.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it.
I'll stay
at
on
this
me
point.
5 drinks.
Yeah.
Speed halved. I'm okay with.
Yeah, I'm gonna whisper in his ear. Wow, you're so strong. And he gets his plus D6. Damn it!
Only added 2. Jesus Christ.
I guess you're not as strong as I thought.
Oh.
You're not going to do it again?
Yeah, fuck it. I have 2 more left. Get another one. Another D6.
All right. That would make 15.
Yeah, there we go. So describe to me what you do. All of you, because this is a team effort.
Wow, look at your muscles. You're so tall.
I believe in you, Dregg. You are the big strong boy, not this thing. It may look big and strong, but you are the big strong boy.
As I'm getting punted across the distance, this was like, you can do it, Trey!
And just prying the cockpit open, like a sardine can as best I can, but it would clearly be a struggle, inspired all the way to finally get it to pop open.
All right, so you wrench the cockpit slowly open, and as you just barely get it open and the hinges are screaming in protest, and you see a tangle of wires ahead of you, Kaiser leaps out and stabs you.
Ouch.
Let's see. Attack. 14 and crit.
Yikes. Well, the crit's gonna hit.
That's the title of my memoir.
So, when you say he leaps out, do you mean he leaps out of the cockpit, he's no longer in control of the mech?
7 damage as he stabs one of his lionfish spines into you. Lionfish, of course, are poisonous. They have... or venomous, sorry. I know that's not the same thing. They're very, very venomous, and he stabs you with one of his spines, Dregg. He is still connected to the mech by the wires, so he's kind of like a marionette at this point. It's almost like body horror, right? He's like hanging out of his womb kind of thing. It's a lot.
Are we still in turns, or can we just do shit?
Yeah, I'm immune to poison. Fuck him.
Oh yeah, you have Paladin's Divine Health.
Yeah.
So you take half. You only take 3 from the stab. You don't take the half that is venom.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, we can roleplay if you want. Combat is for determining who wins a fight, but this is a role-playing game, so we can roleplay if you want to roleplay.
I want to use my rapier to cut his wires.
Nice. Make an attack.
All right. 16.
Yeah, that hits. You cut. We don't need to roll damage. These are thin wires. They're very delicate, and you pin one to the side of his mech, and then with a flick of your wrist, you sever it, and the mech shudders. There are still, I'd say, like 4 more in attached to him, but you have damaged this. That was a really good idea.
The captain wants to make a ranged attack in the hopes of shooting through some of the wires.
Absolutely.
So that's +7, 17.
That hits. It's a shotgun. So actually, what you do is you blast Kaiser. Roll damage.
Oh, okay.
Am I gonna take damage from that?
We'll say that Captain has an angle.
Okay.
5. That's not a great amount of damage.
Yeah, so you're still at a distance. You aren't right up in the grill like Dregg is, but you kind of like drop to a knee and you shoot at an angle to clip Kaiser. You don't hit him great, but something weird happens as the shots hit him, and there's like a couple pops of blood that splatter on the inside of the cockpit. All 4 of you feel sharp stinging pains, and you are all wounded for 5 damage.
Bitch.
Oh, this his fucking conduit power.
He is the conduit of equality.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
What is good enough for him is good enough for everyone.
Okay.
Well, he's on me, so...
Yeah, he's like hanging out of the mech, still attached by 4 wires, and stabbing down at Dregg, who you still have a fistful of cockpit door. I think the cockpit's trying to slam shut still, so you still have to hold it.
But he's not in it anymore.
He's hanging out. It's like umbilical cord imagery.
So but I guess my point is if I just let go of this door, we have a real problem here, guys.
If you let go of the door, the cords will yank him back inside. It'll slam shut.
Mm-hmm.
I just rolled a 20 to attack another one, so.
Well, Dr. Adler, what are you doing? Are you just sitting under a coconut tree?
Yeah, I gotta fucking
really
get my shit together, man. Got kicked across an island.
So to be clear, although there's no mechanical reason you can't join in, you're making a role-playing decision to just be dazed on the beach.
I got punted by a mech, man. I gotta take some turns to fucking get my shit together.
That seems reasonable to me.
I fully support your method acting. I just want to be clear that I'm not preventing you from doing it. You're just making a strong choice. Okay.
I have to fucking huff my ass back from the half of the island I got kicked across.
Yeah. All right, Sasha, you rolled a 20 to stab another wire?
Yeah, suck my dick wire.
Okay, you cut another one. There are 3 left, and Kaiser is going to repeatedly stab Dregg. Botch? Okay, well, how does that work? I think you get so he has, once again, he's a lionfish. He has all these spines on him. He like has one on his arm and he thrusts it down towards you, Dregg. But he is sloppy and leaves himself open for a counterattack. What do you do?
I'd like to grab him by the shoulder, probably, and pull him out of the mech with the hand that would be on the outer end. So I still have the one arm holding the door end and pull him out.
Feat of strength. Strength contest.
Okay.
I'm sure the ogre will have much difficulty fighting the fishman.
What? 14.
17!
Jesus Christ.
Holy shit, he won. I have to say that's not his strength. That's the wires yank him back. But you almost rip him out of the cockpit, and it is only by the miracle of math that you do not succeed. Wow. At this point, he is able to get his leg out of Nessie's mouth.
No.
And he's going to try to fly away with Dregg grappled onto the cockpit.
I want to keep stabbing at the wires.
Oh yeah, you can fly, huh?
I can fly. I'm going to get fucking flapping and I'm going to go for another wire. This time I only rolled a 10.
All right, so Dr. Adler's under a coconut tree, just having like Margaritaville over there, just wasting your life away.
And looking for that lost shaker of salt.
She's gotta. Captain Melbeck, what do you do as Dregg is dragged up into the sky and Sasha flies up after the mech?
So I can shoot things, or I can get more drunk. Neither of which, in this moment, seem terribly helpful to the situation.
I mean, you do have ranger spells.
Do I? I fucking forget that I have spells as a ranger. I
keep doing that too.
So, looking at the ranger spells I have, most of them are be better at shoot the thing. If you shoot the thing, then do this. I have one called Ensnaring Strike, which, like, if I can successfully do an attack on the thing and get a roll correct, I could hold something and I could make it immobile. The problem being that if it's large, if it's a big thing, it gets advantage. So I don't know how well that's going to work.
I mean, for that matter, maybe there's something you can do for Adler.
I'm going to go and try and rouse Dr. Adler and try and get her back up and on her feet and in the fight.
Yeah.
So I'm unconscious.
So you're just choosing to black out now?
No, I took 5 damage, and that 5 damage was enough to knock me out, but I figured it would be more appropriate for no one to find out until after the fight, but that fucking conduit of equality knocked my shit out.
Okay, cool. So you see the mech taking off into the sky with Dregg and Sasha, and you realizing that you're an earthbound hippo say, well, I'll go check on my friend. And you find Dr. Adler under a tree with... she looks like she was badly kicked, but not unconscious until the shotgun blast you shot ripped through her.
Oops. Oops. Oops.
Oops.
Screw it. Let's try and do the thing that's probably not going to work. I'm going to take I'm going to cast Ensnaring Strike and then take a shot at the mech. 15. Does that hit the mech?
Does not.
No. Okay, well that doesn't help anyway. I tried, everyone. I'm a hippo. I shoot things, that's all I really do.
All right, so the mech flies overhead, you take a shot at it but miss, and at your feet, Dr. Adler kind of slides to the ground, slides off the tree, and down onto the wet sand, and they're slowly pooling blood.
I have no healing spells.
Medicine check.
Okay. It's 3 a.m. I'm forgetting what I can fucking do.
That's why I'm helping.
Thank you. Okay, so I can't shoot this thing. I have no healing spells, so I'm going to do a medicine check to try and, try and stabilize Dr. Adler. Right, so I do have a positive in medicine, so that's alright. 11. How is 11 to help my friend?
Yep, DC is 10 to stabilize, in fact.
Ah, thank you.
So what do you do?
I try and just like find some leaves or some vines or something to try and just like tie some fabric around this and just like try and stem any bleeding that's going on.
Raise their legs.
Maybe I was gonna say maybe use a little bit of alcohol to sterilize the wound.
Cover them with a blanket.
All right, so Captain Melbeck takes care of Dr. Adler.
You want to make sure to prevent shock.
Meanwhile, Dregg, you are hanging off the cockpit door of a mech, which is
Oh God, no!
which is trying to flee, and Sasha is flapping behind, still trying to stab all the cords. I love this. What do you do?
I'm gonna roll again. 15.
That hits.
So he's down to 1 cord.
That was your third one, right?
Yeah, that's the third one I hit, so he's only attached by 1
2.
now, right? 2.
Yeah.
Can I just keep attacking?
Well, what's Dregg do?
I'm keeping the door open, mostly, I think. Because my concern is that if I let go of where I am, but...
Yeah, it's a valid choice. You can just choose to hold the door open for Sasha to finish this.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to have to do. Yeah.
All right, using one of the venomous spines on his arm, Kaiser is going to sword fight Sasha.
Fuck.
15, 19.
Those hit.
Both?
Yep, my armor class is 14.
Bards. 9 damage. And because Dr. Adler gave you her conduit of prevention against poison, you actually
Thank Christ.
you take half. You only take 4 damage as you get jabbed at the venomous spine, and you just...
Okay, that... What seemed like a frivolously
Yes.
done action earlier on has now paid dividends. That's wonderful.
All right, now, Sasha?
See, I'm torn. I can keep sword fighting him, but I've been doing a lot of sword fighting, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if I just do some spooky magic in his brain?
You can do whatever you want.
I'm gonna do dissonant whisper.
Dave,
What?
I would target the mech. I would not do anything to him.
Yeah, because that's gonna hurt us fucks.
That's true. Oh, fuck it. I'm going for that last, I'm gonna keep going for more. I'm gonna evasive maneuver this stupid fish boy, and I'm gonna attack another cord, and I hit it with a 16.
Sure do. You slash the second to last one. There's only one cord that's holding him into this mech cockpit. And he seems pretty freaked out that if you cut this last one, he's going to plummet out of it. And then without a driver, the mech is going to crash, probably killing Dregg.
What are you gonna do about that, Dregg?
He like scrambles back and tries to put his body between you and the cord so that you'll have to stab through him to get to it. Because he dies either way, really.
Okay, I'm gonna plant my rapier at his chest. I've got you cornered. Give up now and land your mech. I'm gonna roll intimidation.
Mm-hmm.
20!
Yeah, 20 is very good.
He made a lot of fun of my beak before.
He says, I can't let you capture me. Invicta won't let me come back.
Just land the mech.
All right, so he slowly brings the mech down on the shores of the lake. Not on the beach, on the island, but on the far side, like where you guys first entered this biome.
All right.
And he says, are you from Earth?
Yeah.
Then why don't you understand? I'm just a patriot.
I'm not a racist.
We're a very diverse group. We have humans and Aarakocra and elves and dwarves.
A spacist. I don't know. We're racist in space. Why do you get... Sometimes aliens do bad things, and sometimes Earthlings do bad things. And rather than, like, all trying to fucking kill each other, maybe we should try to go for peace.
There's never going to be any peace when you just let the illithids
Not with that attitude!
You just let the illithids walk all over you. We need to be able to defend ourselves.
There's a difference between defending ourselves and seeking out murder.
What does seeking out murder mean? I was just trying to get back to my mech when you attacked me. Let's remember, I did not draw first blood there.
What are you up to? What is your deal? What are you hiding from us?
You're gonna have to torture me if you want to know.
Not really. I have detect thoughts.
Well,
It's a morally dubious decision, but that's why I'm chaotic neutral. Let's cast detect thoughts.
all right. So he says you have to torture me if you want to know our secret plans, and then you just
It's not torture.
No, I'm saying he says you have to torture me if you want the plans, and you just sigh, turn off your rapier, turn on your sitar, and just look at his plans.
Yeah. Yes.
You're just like, twang, and you just look into his head because he's thinking about them because you're asking him. So it's his surface thoughts. And detect thoughts, you don't even need to roll if you're only looking at surface thoughts.
Right.
The book actually recommends using detect thoughts in interrogation settings because that's very effective. You know immediately that Invicta is here. They are the poachers.
Fuckers.
There is no ambiguity. They are the poachers you're looking for. They are here not to kill animals, but to kidnap the biggest and strongest to use as biological weapons.
Called it.
You sick fuck.
If I could recommend one thing to also look for, try to find out what happened to the actual park ranger.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What happened to the park ranger, you scrub?
Listen, murder's a strong word.
You killed him? You just said, oh, who's seeking out murder? You just murdered.
He was a GIF. It doesn't even count.
I'm gonna slap him.
Oh, no, you didn't.
I'm gonna slap him with my little hand.
All right, you give him a boneless slap, a hollow bone slap. I mean, you see in Detect Thoughts, he was trying to basically bribe the park manager, just like, hey, we're just gonna steal this big turtle. I hope that's okay. And he's like, no, it's really super not. And he's like, all right, what if I give you 100,000 gold? And he's like, no, and also I'm gonna shoot you with my tranquilizer gun. And Kaiser said, stab through the heart with his venomous spine.
Oh, you little bitch, you're going straight to jail. So I'm gonna tell everybody what I see.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see what they've taken and kidnapped so far, or were they just coming for the turtle?
That's a good question.
I'll go deeper. I'll do that fucking wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, so I mean, he said earlier, because he was under zone of truth when he said this, that they had not poached anything yet. They were just doing reconnaissance, yeah. But you know there are more people here, and that they are trying to. So absolutely, just taking him into custody does not end this arc.
I'm gonna slap him again. Where are the others?
All right, so you do a bunch of hollow bone slaps that don't actually do any damage, because if they did, they would radiate through the party due to the conduit of equality, maybe killing Dr. Adler. So let's just say those are 0 damage intimidation slaps. But Kaiser, who is at your mercy, does divulge the information you're looking for. He says, we're going to have to colonize a planet someday. We need our own place. We can't stay on the space station forever. We have to be able to defend ourselves in the air, on land, in the sea. You guys messed up the last one, but it's not just military. It's like symbolic that like don't mess with us. We have mastery of the strongest animals and all of the landscapes and stuff. I hear the boss is going to come down and collect the Tarask personally.
Bitch. Fuck. To the Tarask!
Well,
I'm gonna slap him again.
I mean, we needed to do something about him. Like, we can't just leave him running around.
Cut that cable!
Yeah, that's what needs to happen.
He's between you and the cable, and he is very adamant that if you want to cut it, you're going to have to stab him, which is going to kill Dr. Adler.
No, I'm gonna grab
Just pick him up, Dregg.
I'm gonna grab him and pull him out.
All right, so I guess strength contest again?
Yeah. Okay.
18.
Fuck.
22.
All right, tell me what you do, Dregg.
I'm gonna grab him around the. I mean, how big is he? I could probably just grab his whole right shoulder with my
Merfolk are just human
meaty
sized.
paw. Yeah, and just drag him directly out. And really, it's just to give room for cutting the cable.
Okay.
I'm not expecting to get far.
Yeah, so one arm still holding the cockpit door open, the other you just yank him until the cord's taut and giving Sasha an opening.
Yep.
And that's a 22 on cutting it.
Yeah. You just do a lunging pierce in snicked. You cut the last cable, and the mech buckles at the knee and falls over. Everyone dexterity saving throw to not be crushed by the mech.
Fuck.
Is that including us down on the ground?
No, they're far enough away, aren't they?
You guys are like a half a mile away.
Okay, that's cool.
I was gonna say,
18.
can a body make it?
3.
All right, Sasha, you flap out of the way. Drag it lands on your legs.
Oh no.
That's not great.
It's not great. You are going to take... oh, man, I super fucked that roll. Only 4 damage.
Oh, man.
Why couldn't the mech have done that when it punted me?
Listen, that was the same roll.
I know, that's what I mean.
That for the audience, you can't see all the rolls, but the same roll that almost killed Dr. Adler barely scratched Dregg. But yeah, you just get whacked in the side of the head by an arm as the mech falls over sideways, and it hurts, but you're fine.
Okay.
And the Dalmatian collapses on the beach.
Let's just tie this guy up, right?
Yep.
We're taking him to space jail.
All right, so as Dregg and Sasha tie up Kaiser, what do Captain Melbeck and Dr. Adler do?
I mean, eventually after I regain consciousness, I will use my hit dice to heal myself.
At this point, Captain Melbeck's just going to gather everyone together and go, so...
Well, Captain Melbeck and Dr. Adler are on the island, and the other half of the team is very far away, off the island and back on basically the edge of the biome. So you guys got to get off the island first before you gather the team.
Can we call for Nessie?
Animal handling.
Animal handling.
All right.
Not you.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't get to participate.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got
And
excited.
You probably wouldn't even have to.
I just got really excited.
3 to call Nessie.
Could I talk to the turtle to have the turtle, which is a moving island, try to move us in that direction?
You absolutely can. Persuasion is what you're going to roll there.
Okay. And I'll just note, I may have almost died trying to protect you. You know, not trying to use that to influence decision, but hey.
Yeah, that's an advantage. That's an advantage. You fought the metal demon.
Okay. So 17.
So Captain Melbeck walks over to the edge of the beach and says, Nessie! Nessie, come back! And the plesiosaur chipped a tooth biting the giant robot and does not want to come back and slinks off into the mist. And
then I proudly walk up to the turtle. I'm like,
and the dragon turtle turns and begins slowly paddling to the edge of the lake. On the shore, you guys finish tying up Kaiser, and you guys see an island approaching.
Oh, hey there, turtle.
Okay.
We exchanged numbers.
I tried to speak wind. It didn't work.
I love D&D. Half the party speaks water, one person speaks wind. There's no rules. Just right. Outback.
Ooh, bloomin' onions.
Mm-hmm. All right, now Captain Melbeck, gather the team.
Okay, team. So, just as a recap of where we're at, and a nice summary point before we go forward with what I assume will be the third and final sort of act of what we have to do here. So, there's poachers, they have mechs, they're trying to steal a giant turtle, they also want to steal a Tarrasque. Who's ready to kick some robot ass?
Me! Because I already did. It was great.
That's it, just 2 people. All right, everyone else, fuck off.
What I'm actually wondering is if we can have communicate back to Objectivus and have them relocate the ship to the hamster biome.
No, the hamster biome is a no-fly zone. You guys landed as close as you could.
I hate having them between us and the ship.
Yeah, it's super bad, huh?
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
Let's go save some Tarrasque. Whee!
Let's save them even though no one Tarrasqued.
Kaiser says, "Fuck off."
I'm gonna slap him again.
Please stop slapping me.
I can't hurt. There's no bones in there hardly.
It's just a dignity thing, really. It's I'm a person.
Yeah, and so is the park ranger you murdered. Ice cold.
As you say that, you hear a voice shout from the direction you guys came from, at the edge of the lake biome. You hear a voice thunder down at you.
Oh, fuck.
Halt, poachers!
You're a poacher.
You're a poacher!
Who are you?
You see a large, imposing figure running up. This person is decked out. They have a park ranger hat. They have a park ranger badge. They have all the kind of park ranger stuff that a park ranger would have. One that is not impersonating a park ranger they murdered, for example.
So he is a real park ranger.
He's a very real park ranger. He is about 7 feet tall, covered in shaggy white fur. He has large horns. He has one regular arm and one arm, which is a Mega Man and or Samus gun blaster.
Oh, he's a big old guy.
Because he is an albino minotaur. And he introduces himself to you by saying, "I'm Ranger Big Star.
Oh, fuck!
Throw down your weapons and prepare to submit to the long horns of the law." It's October, you know what that means.
Ooh.
I'm gonna suck that spooky dick.
Yep.
Alright.
Are you though? I feel like you talk a big game.
Alright, you wanna talk about credits for October 2018? Oh my god, is it 8? No, that can't be right. Is it 2018? Oh my god, it is. I'm so sorry about mortality. So music, that's the thing we gotta talk about, and then people who support the show on Patreon, that's another thing. Am I buying time to find my files? Yes, of course. Lauren, how are you?
I'm ready for Halloween. I was gonna say death, but I said Halloween instead.
Alright, that's not the right file. Why is...
Austin, you're not ready?
I am ready. No, I have... Okay, here are the music credits for October. We have Your Reality, future-based remix from Doki Doki Literature Club by The Musical Ghost. We have Morning Thinker, an arrangement of Thinker from Armored Core 4 by Overclocked Remix. And we have The Sound of the Galaxy, an arrangement of Freedom's Progress from Mass Effect by Overclocked Remix. Thank you.
Wow.
I was ready.
Yeah, you are ready. You're always ready.
All right, you know what else I'm ready for? I'm ready for the executive producers for October.
All right, the executive producers for October 2018 are...
Boo, it's spooky.
Boo. Boo is not an executive producer.
No, I was trying to scare Lauren.
Thanks. Joseph Tombrello.
Extellaris.
Random One Person.
Jade's Nasty Mothman fic.
Trapped in Austin's boyfriend brig.
It's gonna be one of those months. Devin, Conduit of Evolution. That's not spooky at all. Thank you, Devin.
Brent, Doki Doki is Okie Dokie. Goki Goatly. It's like a fucking BoJack Horseman.
Yeah. The Cult of Gorfanax.
Paul Mullen.
Savardin Akrasimova.
Toshiro Kuro, editor of Attack on Dice.
Brendan Williams.
Possum Kingdom refugee.
Dr. Goatman.
Andrew Grothin.
Levy, the young conduit of Not Mad, Just Disappointed.
Francois V.
Kevin Dobbins.
Robert Dakin.
Anthony, patron of Dora.
Oh, hey.
How deep does that rabbit hole go?
Deep. Morgan Rapp.
Christina, conduit of a penguin in a spooky costume itself.
Oh, that's the best conduit. Jay Poirier.
Oh no, you're in trouble now.
What'd I do?
You're in trouble. You messed the whole name up.
I feel like it's Poirot, but instead of Poirot, it's Poirier. I don't know. I'm sorry.
They like it when we mess it up. It doesn't make them sad at all. Jesse Rochon.
Anime Jesus.
I feel like there's a contradiction there. I feel like Jesus would be disappointed in anime.
There's an anime with Jesus in it. It's really good.
Oh, yeah. You keep trying to get me to watch that.
Fucking watch it.
Andy Harkins.
Kaylee Scherer.
Drowned Summer on Twitch. Oh, okay. I'm just going to put that's your. I hope.
Smart.
Okay. Yeah, just plug your Twitch channel.
Shane Sedgwick.
John Beresford.
Donning Frost.
Daria Morgan.
Shane Ware, conduit of ethical hedonism itself.
Normal Company. It's the Normal Company. They're back. That's an inside joke of my other podcast.
Oh, okay. Oh, bitch, it's on. Reynard, the conduit of so stoned. Parentheses, come at me. I'm coming.
Travis McElroy.
I don't think so.
All of the patrons are getting together, and soon it's just going to be nothing but other podcasters in here.
Meow Moiselle.
Matthew Schultz.
Melody the Gay Shark.
Ian Morgan. There's another Morgan.
There's
How
so many. There's dozens of us. Rain, conduit of wetness herself. Oh no.
No, well, is rain wet or does rain make you wet? That's a deep philosophical
Come
question.
on.
Aaliyah.
Eddie, conduit of what the hap is fucking.
Fair enough. Fubar.
Brittany and Jermaine Walls, dual conduits of senseless bickering.
Roommate mood.
Yeah.
Ashley, no. Just Ashley. I gave that like a spooky Halloween inflection because it's supposed to be like, Ashley, no. Just Ashley. But I was like, Ashley, no! Please!
Ashley, please! Griffon McAlray.
Oh, fuck off. All right. Sam Zdenowitz.
S. Kearney.
John Kerry. Not that one. That I added that. They didn't write that.
Yeah. Joseph Mavero, the unsexy arrow.
Fully automated gay space communism.
Keller Automat.
Ebron, the boy that lived.
Exos.
Ophite.
Transient passerby.
Ink drop, the conjurer, conduit of ooze.
Emma, conduit of already having a skeleton inside you, parentheses, unless you're a, and then it gets cut off.
Ran out of characters, at least on my sheet. Sometimes it do be like that.
Oops.
Ooh, boy. Justin Berthasell, conduit of ooh itself.
Good conduit.
Mm-hmm.
Special shout out to Resvita's new orchid, which is just totally adorable. I bet it is.
Happy wedding month, Jay. Love always, K.
Aw.
Just messages. Just messages are sponsoring the show now.
Bloody Rarnie's pangolins.
It does. Cyretha, let me see what you have. A knife! No!
No!
That's a good video.
Julian Phillips.
Lindsay Pankhurst.
Jeff Clark.
Lauren Cates.
Counterfeit.
Jay Clow.
Richard G. Coles.
Kiefer Lowe, conduit of skeletons, parentheses, no bones, about it. Should I pronounce the parentheses?
I do. I feel like it gives it that extra je ne sais quoi.
Okay, I'm trying to claw this up, so.
Ikorin.
Dragon in the server room.
That seems like a bad idea.
That's next season.
Oh no, Dr. Tao.
Sean Lyons Burke.
Please vote on November 6th or else get ready to be poor forever.
Yep, sorry, that's how that works.
Yep.
Matthias Lakeets.
Janiac, form of tentacles, so many tentacles, and cephalopod arms.
That's this season. Harley Astor.
Andrew Fallu, conduit of mediocrity itself. Oof, words are hard today.
They sure are. Puck, conduit of large ambitions but poor follow through. Okay.
Fuck, you can't just call me out in the credits, you guys.
Just Puck, just completely destroying her from space. Just orbital missile drop.
Butcher my name, Nicolopoulos.
I'm not sure if that's a Unicode error.
That's how I pronounce those symbols.
I know it's just sometimes Adobe eats stuff and spits it out as garbled gibberish. I hope that was intentional garbled gibberish is all I'm saying.
Oh.
Next credit, Laura K. Buzzsaw, parentheses, Psycho Killer.
Kiss, say. Okay.
Did he play that? You just went to a concert.
No, he didn't. He did play the one whose name I just forgot a minute ago. Same as it ever was.
Once in a Lifetime is the name of that song.
Yeah, that one. And also Burning Down the House.
Oh, okay. So just the hits.
Except for Psycho Killer.
Yeah.
I was sitting there waiting for it, and I was like, come on.
Jerry, conduit of shipping. And apparently that also makes me a god.
Jaspel, conduit of scary fluffiness.
Cats.
Yeah.
John Barnett.
Creepy cucumber.
Ooh. Hustle Bones. That one was already Halloween-y.
Yeah, they got grandfathered in.
Mm-hmm.
Killer Cotton Shizno.
Nicholas Dominic.
Isaac Aravalo.
The spoopiest yam.
Wow, I love a Halloween yam.
Mm-hmm.
Anna Michael.
If you think about it, pumpkins are kind of just Halloween yams.
Yeah, love a gourd.
Andrew Birmingham.
Douglas Williamson.
Scott Goings. Oh, I get it.
Because he's usually Scott Cummings. Oh,
Good.
our fans. Z23619.
Quench the Void. Also kind of spooky.
Yeah, Vizzy Huggles. Keep up the great work, y'all. Oh, thank you.
J. Logan, conduit of queerness itself.
The cast of Dungeons the Gathering.
Notorious Stoltz.
Victoria Melito.
Scotty Vilhard.
Aline.
Mazjin.
Crit Follows.
Extremely good. Einar Johansson.
Carter Rayner.
Your Major Tem is evolving.
Oh no, into what?
Something spookier, one assumes.
Matt Boo Be Scare. Yeah.
Jorgen, conduit of name butchering Weinwick Ford.
I read a Zandra light novel and transformed into a patron.
I feel like you missed out on being part of the light novel generation by like a year at most. That was totally like right after you.
Oh, so that's why I get confused, because I was after my time. I'm old now, I guess.
I guess. Razumi Yazura.
Albert West.
Ken Fursel.
Eleanor Nonante sees Periton.
Scott Cummings.
Wait.
Whoa.
Whoa, we got fucking played.
Wait, does that mean that someone else did a joke?
Are you guys talking to each other in the fucking names?
What if they all get together and tell a story?
Oh.
How fucking wild would that be?
That's some crazy shit.
Uh-huh.
Starlight Glimmer did nothing wrong.
Juman Jack-O-Lantern.
Mel, having to pronounce my name is scary enough to teach.
Listen, we live in fear. Arshan de Koning.
Grimlock.
John Potts.
Noah Sudret.
Ziphosaurus.
Elderly Goose.
Salad Child.
Seraph Stone.
Caster UK.
Aki Savalainen.
The Paladin's Wife.
Florian H.
The Abyss. Whispering back at those who stare. All right, well.
Whoa, very spooky.
Now I'm scared.
Junk 2.0.
The Hatzels.
Melissa Nielsen.
Dawn.
Pruitt Holcomb.
Artemis BJJ Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in Bristol.
Shanus.
Dennis Pancake Detlefsen.
Miko from Finland.
Dennis Bankston.
Josh Moser.
Indigo Van Dane.
Alice in the Purple.
Sydney Marzing.
Just a Jester.
Brady, conduit of failed murder. Please don't admit to crimes.
Brady.
Not here.
Don't tell us. We can't keep a secret.
They're gonna play this in court, and I'm gonna be so embarrassed.
They're gonna subpoena us. Come on, dude.
Come on, dude. Brady, do better.
Kitty Foe.
James Neely.
Marissa Donaldson.
M. Joe.
Lana Seawolf.
Lana Seawolf.
I thought it was Lana. I feel like you say something different every month. I feel like I say it right every month, and then you correct me a different way every month.
Toby Gleason Stack.
Matthew Eber. Oh, I figured it out. Thanks, Austin and Lauren.
Because last week was how do you change your name?
Oh.
Cameron Abbas.
Dylan.
Anna.
Sean, the host of Funk Dunk Plays.
Harrison Andrew.
Christopher Charlow.
Viga Arnston.
Cody Jackson.
August Rue.
The Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Marietta, Georgia.
Luke Powers.
Hedron Master.
Erwin Lila. It's very French. Le Lagudec.
Michael Hall.
Ingmar Gremin.
We did it.
We escaped from this haunted house of names.
Ooh.
Anything else?
Thanks to all the animals on the podcast.
I feel like Conrad's cats aren't pulling their weights.
No, one of them meowed, remember?
Yeah, but where's the drama?
Where's the scrim?
Yeah, we need some really forceful screaming from the cats. Anyway, we're on all kinds of stuff. Podbean, iTunes, Google Play, YouTube. Like and subscribe and all of that good jazz. I'm at patreon.com/Austin Yorsky. That's how you get on that list. Chris, patreon.com/weekly manga recap. Laura is at Laura K Buzz everywhere, and kotaku.co.uk. Conrad Zimmerman is everywhere. He has a new podcast called Of Horse, which is about BoJack Horseman.
Oh.
He's also on Movie Boys, which is not what that podcast is called. Spin-off Doctors is the name of it. They call it Movie Boys on the show, so that's confusing.
Oh, okay. I was like, whoa, Movie Boys is a great name.
It is. That's what they call it when they're recording, but it's not the name of the show if you're trying to find it. Lauren, you're nowhere, really.
I'm just on Twitter. Yell at me. Please don't yell at me.
Please, she's sensitive. Please, my Lauren, she's very sick.
Yeah, I am.
Sketch.bandcamp.com/sketch.
/bandcamp/dot/sketch.
Yeah, he's around. He's not on the show anymore, but he does some stuff behind the
Editing
scenes.
or whatever. No, you do the editing.
He does
I don't
stuff.
know.
He does.
A lot of editing goes into the show, y'all.
God, there's so much. It's a full-time
It's
job.
mostly my fault.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
She refuses to speak up, and we have to go in there with a fucking microscope and fix her audio.
I think I'm screaming, but I'm small, so I guess I'm not.
You know what the real terror of October is? Audio editing.
Oh, I thought you said the continuance of existence, but
Oh, no, the crushing psychological weight of being alive. Definitely second.
yeah.
But audio editing first.
Somebody make that into a Halloween costume.
Ooh.